Hey, I'm Alex. You might know me as English Alex. I'm a teacher here online, on YouTube, on Instagram, and all over the internet. I am from England, I'm British originally, and I have been specialising in teaching B1 plus students for the past 7 years. I specialize in helping B1 plus students understand and learn how to sound like native speakers. So, if that sounds like you, stick around. And today we're going to focus on the most commonly mixed up words in English. So, some of these mistakes native speakers make. So, stick around if you want to avoid these mistakes in the future. And let's get into it. Okay, so our agenda for today is to look at these 5 or 10 commonly mixed up words. First of all, we'll look at affect versus effect. Then we'll look at advice versus advise. Then ensure versus insure. Do you have car insurance? And then persuade versus convince. Can I persuade you to get me a glass of water? And then industry versus sector. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is the first pair of words that is always confused by native speakers and lots of speakers of the English language. Do you know why? You might be able to guess. Well, let's have a look at a sentence that contains both of these words. Do you think pouring juice on the hairdryer will affect the effect the hairdryer will have on your hair? Do you think pouring juice on the hairdryer will affect the effect the hairdryer will have on your hair? Whoa, mind blowing. All right, let's have a look at the definition of affect. Or was it effect? Okay, so affect is a verb. You can see the definition is to have an effect on, to make a difference to. For example, I don't think my cat sitting on the sofa will affect me. All right, so it's a verb. Now, let's see affect. Okay, so effect is a noun. So you can see the definition, a change which is a result or consequence of an action or other cause. So we use this to describe a result or a consequence. For example, wow, coffee has a strong effect on me. I still feel buzzing. I'm still buzzing. So that's the result of drinking lots of coffee. Now, an example with affect might be, coffee doesn't affect me. It doesn't change my mood. That's a verb. Coffee doesn't affect me. It doesn't have a strong effect on me. All right, let's revisit the sentence. Do you think pouring juice on the hairdryer will affect the effect the hairdryer will have on your hair? So do you think the action of pouring the juice onto the hairdryer, do you think that will change the result that the hairdryer will have on your hair, basically? All right, I hope that's clear. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, now advice versus advise. Advise. Pronunciation is with a Z sound, a Z sound. Do you know the difference? Let's have a look. Would you advise that I take his advice? You might know the difference already, similar to the last one. So, similar to the last one, advice is a noun. You can see the definition, guidance or recommendations offered with regard to prudent future action. And prudent, while we're here, is to be cautious, to be careful. So to think about what you're going to do before you do it. And let's have a look at advise. Advise is a verb, and it is to offer suggestions about the best course of action to someone. So you can advise someone to go to bed early, and then once you have advised them, that is one piece of advice. Do you have any advice that you could give me? Why don't you leave a comment in the comment section below, or drop me a message on Instagram or YouTube and give me some advice. I might regret that. So let's have a look at the sentence again. Would you advise that I take his advice? So the advise is the verb, advice is the piece of advice, the noun. Clear? Yeah, I think so. Now, pay attention to the next one.